Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel.
They ain't leaving me the hell alone.
Melody Shari shared the stage with Carlos King during his live podcast and said to her audience she wished she would have had her children by another man.
I never thought that I would be wishing that I had my children by somebody else.
And y'all had to think about it for a second, because I've never heard someone say that before. I haven't even heard a man say that before. I've heard people say, he's just my sperm donor, but I've never heard someone say, I wish I would have had my children by another man. So let's talk about it and unpack that statement. Now, I did do my research, honey, and this seems to be a common topic on social media, to my surprise. What we do know at this current time from the show's perspective, things between Melody versus Martell is in a bad predicament because of the revenge plot video, but we know that part of the season has already been filmed. Fast forward to present day, he has allegedly been convicted. So who even knows what direction this will send him in? And so we do know once we openly put something like this out in the world, it can never be taken back. But social media was pretty much in agreement with what Melody had to say on the Carlos King stage. But I do want to get into one particular comment where someone was not so happy about what she said. And I know what y'all are saying, it's just one comment, but honey, on this channel, I do read the bad and the good comments. I don't always respond, but I read all of them. But I like to be also well-rounded in what people have to say and not just look at it from one side. But before I read that comment, someone said, now I know why people always said, be careful who you have kids with. Someone else wrote, my God, I'm so happy I'm not alone in this, because some people really don't be getting it. And again, this particular comment stood out more than the others. And it says, Melody saying, I wish I would have had my children by someone else is the dumbest. And I have a complete deadbeat, and I have never thought no stuff like that. Not only did you have one, but you had four. It's giving regret the kids, in my opinion. Hashtag Love and Marriage Huntsville. And so to correct part of that comment, I don't believe that Melody regrets her children.
Y'all, I've been sitting in the car because my kids were determined they wanted to go in Target so they could give me something for Mother's Day. So they just came back to the car. They came out with these Starbucks drinks. I said, wait a minute, y'all said y'all wanted to go get me a gift. Who told y'all can go get some Starbucks drinks? They was like, well, we got you one too, Mom. We got your one you like, white hot chocolate, caramel syrup, caramel drizzle. I'm like, okay. Then Sugar Mama says, we got you some flour wash. They said, shh, it's a gift. Don't tell her. Then Sugar Mama said, no, we didn't. We didn't get you no flowers. Y'all, I can't make this up. These kids off the chain. They funny. I see how today finna be already.
And when she says that Melody had not only one but four, for me, the children have no fight in this because they can't defend themselves. And so we're just going to keep the kids out of it. But when you're married, you don't stop living just because your spouse is a cheater. Obviously, that wasn't the case for them. Going back to season 1, Melody was trying to make it work. Carlos King pointed out in a recent YouTube video he did with Dr. Heavenly that when Martell's mistress became pregnant and she had the baby, that was the final straw. And ultimately, that was the decision that helped Melody say, God said go. Now, yes, this is a very sensitive and tough conversation. Melody is saying in hindsight is everything. When you get out of a situation, you're able to reflect and see clearly the things you missed, overlooked, or didn't pay attention to. And when I look back on it, she says, and see how he handled other situations and other people, I saw a lack of maturity, the inability to be a full-blown man, and not admitting that he messed up, and let me just leave her alone. Melody says that she shared this statement, I wish I would have had my kids by another man, with her family, and often questions herself about why she had kids with Martell, because honey, like the Energizer Bunny, he keeps going and he is making parts of her life a living hell right now.
Why I ain't had these kids by somebody else? Because it just keeps going, and it's just going, and it's just going. And it's like, when is
So Funky Dineva even mentioned it on his YouTube channel, where he expressed if Melody had all boys with Martell, then she could just drop them off to Martell and maybe he'll leave her alone. But definitely having mostly girls makes it harder, because girls need their mom just as much as they need their dad. Shade but no shade. So before I wrap up this video, like I said in the last video, So I hope Melody continues to use her platform to educate her audience, which are mostly women. I'm not a millimeter at all, but I do respect her hustle to tell women what she did to break the unhealthy cycles in her life. And hopefully, honey, it's just about sharing what you've learned with other women along the way. So y'all, those are my thoughts. Leave yours in the comment section of this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.